Hello, class. How we doing this morning? Oh, you're not noisy right now, huh? Here it comes. Y'all hungry? All right, I'm gonna ask again. Are y'all hungry? Are y'all hungry? That's what I'm talking about. Come on, come on. How we doing, Bessie? You keeping the kids in line? What you think? She's gonna make a good mom? If I could show y'all something real quick, things might be different on other saws, but on these two specific ones, and the only reason I know this is because this is what happened last time. It's kind of like a telltale sign that they were pregnant, that they were bred, and I'm sure they vary with different types of with different breeds and stuff, but this is pretty much a telltale sign with these two. So if you're looking at them and you look at the stomach from right in this section right here, this stomach is starting to swell up. Now, Big Bertha, and old Pee-wee right here, okay? They've been skinny on this top section this whole time right here. Okay, since we had Debo and we paired them up, Debo would never let them eat. I mean, they would eat, but it wasn't, I mean, like he would hog the food and he would hog it up. Debo's been going for, I want to say going on close to 2 weeks now. A good week and a half, but probably closer to 2 weeks. And in those 2 weeks, I've seen a drastic difference on body with these two sows. So the same amount of feed. Every now and then they'll get bonuses and everything. They don't get the bonuses they do, say, in the summertime with the garden and everything. Every day they're getting squashed. Something is getting thrown up in here during the summertime. Summer and early fall. Something's getting thrown up in here. But with these two right here, they just started to eat. So, you know, do they swell up more when they eat? Of course. But with these two right here, you can kind of tell. Now, Pee-wee's probably going on. Pee-wee was bred first this go around. Was the same as last time. So Pee-wee's probably, you know, got another a good solid month and a half, 2 months, and birth is going on probably 2 months, maybe 2 months in a week, 2 months and 2 weeks, depending on how he did it, and as far as if it happened the first time. So let's just say it like that. So with them, we're still looking at, I mean, we're looking at, you know, February, March, give or take. I think Pee-wee's definitely going to be end of March. I mean, end of February, and then Big Bertha probably be up in March sometime. And we're not going to rush it. I mean, what's done is done. We take it in stride. And those months that come ahead, I know a lot of it's going to go to the piglets, but I'm going to try and fatten them up as much as possible. I want them healthy. I want them good. I want them looking different. For some reason, when I got them, these pigs were always skinny. I look on videos and look them up, and this breed right here is a bigger bone, bigger body pig. And you know, I've changed feed. I've done a couple of different things, but I've checked their stool. I don't see any worms, anything like that, like coming out of them. You know, they're 100% solid. The piglets that they had they're solid and healthy. So I mean, just looking at Pee-wee's definitely gaining weight since Debo's gone, and Bertha's right behind her. So I'm happy with that. I think I'm going to wait probably another couple weeks and see how hunting season goes. We have some hunters back here right now on both sides of the property, and you know, we do it in the back. So I think I'm gonna keep them up here. Get away from my toes. I think I'm gonna keep them up here until hunting season goes. So that pretty much leaves this paddock where the two sows at. It will probably stay barren like this probably for the next couple of weeks, which is fine because I can still take and lay ryegrass seed after the first of the year with no problem. And then I'll seed out the two bottom paddocks, which are already getting seed because all the washout from the seed up here. Again, we're on a higher terrain up here. You probably got anywhere from a 50 to a 60, 70 foot drop going down. So we have runoff where we actually have seed already starting down there growing. So those two paddocks we'll overseed, get that growing to where once hunting season's over with, I'll drop them down into the two back paddocks, and you know, that'll take and give me a chance to start seeding this one right here, because I definitely want to seed that and start trying to retain some of the soil. So yeah, we're going into what the second day after Christmas, kind of back to the regular routine of you know, feeding the pigs, getting them taken care of. I am starting to look up some chicks I'm looking to bring in, and you know, I'll probably bring in some meat birds and some egg-laying birds. I know I said, you know, at least thought that I wanted to switch up on my meat birds. Last time I got Cornish cross, the price always entices you. You know, Cornish cross, they're cheaper, they're easy to get. You know, so and for them, they're usually ready on hand. Last year was hard. Last year there was some trouble getting them. There was some back orders. I was one of them. So I didn't get started until late. This year right here, I'm going to try and start early. So, but I still might go with Cornish cross. I'm not 100% positive yet. And then on the on the egg layers, you know, same basic stuff. You know, you got to throw you some Americanas in there. You know, your Rhode Island Reds or True and Steady. You know, if anybody has any specific birds they like, man, let me know, because I'm pretty much the basic birds. I love throwing in a couple of leghorns, you know, because my mom only eats store-bought eggs. She don't eat eggs from chickens from the property. My mother, who lives on our property, this is our home right here. She does not eat eggs from chickens on the property. She only eats eggs from the store. And that's how she'll say it. She'll tell you straight up, oh no, my eggs come from the store. My eggs don't come from no chickens. Now, as somebody that I love my mother to death, to hear her say it in that specific order, I had to sit back and think, man. You know, did I get most of my upstairs from my dad or my mom? I don't know. But to sit there and say I get my eggs from the store, I don't get my eggs from the chickens, throws me off every single time. But she's my mother, and I love her nonetheless. So, you know, same, you know, pork chops and stuff. I'm not eating those pigs back there. And with this, she has come accustomed where, you know, her back door, her sliding glass door is right there. So she gets the pleasure of seeing the baby pigs back here. And, you know, she kind of falls in love with them and stuff. So I can understand that right there. But to sit there and tell me about the eggs, that's a whole different story. And I know there's a lot of people out there like that. But to hear your mother, and you know, you got them. You have the egg laying chicks. You have the eggs. Now, the son that I am, I have to take care of my mother, and I have to respect what she says. You know, she only eats the white eggs. Now, this is where the leghorns come in effect. So when she eats by my house, or if I'm cooking for my mother, I make sure that I give her the white eggs. I can't blink, but I'm trying to blink, if you know what I'm saying. So my leghorns come into play a lot with that. Y'all have a great day. Enjoy yourselves. I look forward to it with a new year. I'll probably say that a couple more times. Hopefully, if I'm able to make a couple more videos. But y'all stay blessed.